It's such a cool thing. Pegcity Soundoff, we're back. It is I don't even know what day it is anymore, guys.
It's a
Uh
day. It's a day to
It's
remember.
Monday.
it's Monday. It's the 22nd,
That's
I
why you're
think.
forgetting. Nobody wants to accept that it's Monday.
Yeah,
Exactly, right?
makes sense.
So we got a cool episode tonight, and this wasn't one on the regular schedule if you check my June dates. Um Super cool though. We got Taha and Kayla here.
No, the
Um
star of the show is the cat.
This is
and the
Tiffy.
cat, the star of the show.
Yes.
Always the star of the show is when the guests bring the cat on. So cool episode tonight. We're not really here to talk about, you know, a certain band. We're here to talk about a lot of bands. We're here to talk about sponsors. We're talking about tickets. We're talking about Punkfest 2026,
Let's
Winnipeg
do
Punkfest.
this. Let's go.
Unbelievable. Um, I was lucky enough to attend last year and to a sold out side stage, and it was absolutely unbelievable. The music was great. If I recall, Norman and the Smoke was on when I got there, and of course, Ticked Off. Ticked Off. I can't say much more. Love that band. Um, but just a full night of great music and great people and a community coming together for something just fantastic that you're doing. Let's get to it. How about we just introduce yourselves quick to anyone who may not know who you are.
Well, me. Well, my
It's
name
your
is
first time on here.
yeah. My name is Taha, and I am the guitarist for Unveiled. I'm an audio engineer. I do a lot of stuff, and fortunately, I also organize Punkfest. So that's who I am.
That's you.
That's me.
I'm Kayla. I am also one of the Punkfest hosts and organizers. I am also the vocalist for Shit Happens, and I also do the Drag Me to the Punk shows and a bunch of various other little side quest projects.
Awesome. Now to anyone
And
who's
this
tuning
is
in now, and yes,
this
the
is
cat.
Tiffy. She's my little sidekick for everything I do here at home. And she's my old lady baby, and she's been
Yeah,
with
you
me.
gotta have the cat.
She's been with me since I was 16. I'm 31 now, so she's my old lady baby.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
She's doing it. Um, One thing that we said before we went live that I want to talk about, and I think this is the right place to start, is how did this all come about? This is going to be the third one. Talk to me about Punkfest. How did this all come about?
You want me to?
Yeah, you said.
Okay, so um, I came back from a tour with my band back in like 2023, and then not long after, like I didn't. We were on like a bit of a break as we were like finding a different member and stuff like that. And then Taha approaches me and he's like, "Hey, I want to like do a Winnipeg Punk Fest. Can Shit Happens play?" And I was like, "Well, unfortunately, we can't play right now." But it's funny that you should say that because I was actually thinking like I would like to do some kind of punk fest type of thing where like we bring in all the subgenres of punk together and make it like one community like place and make a whole thing out of it. Because when we were touring, I like noticed a lot of the bills that we played like were mixed bills, and you don't see like, you see a bit of it around here, but like not quite as much. And it was really cool just playing with like such a wide variety of people and all the different subgenres. I was like, I'd like to bring that back to Winnipeg. I don't really know how. And then Taha approached me on that, and I was like, funny you should say that. I can't play, but like I'm super down to like help you with it. Like let's do something.
Yeah, and this was right around after Corey Thomas does his Metal Fest thing, and I usually go to it almost every year, and I was just wondering that nobody's doing that for punk over here, and as much of a metal guitarist I am, like my roots come a lot from punk, like Winnipeg punk, like
Mm-hmm.
that's how I got in the music scene and stuff like that. I'm like, man, nobody's doing much for punk. Yeah, there's like odd shows in and out. SOS Fest was happening and stuff like that. But I was like, you know what? We need something dedicated completely for punk.
Yeah.
And I called up Kayla and I asked her, like, I'm trying to do a punk fest. Like, so would your band like to play? And then she said what she said. And I was like, okay, funny that you say that because you know more punk bands than I do.
Yeah.
Why don't you manage all the bands and why don't I manage the logistical side of stuff? And then that's how it all happened.
Now we got an awesome thing going.
Yeah.
Synergy.
No. It's Winnipeg Punkfest is just two people fueled with ADHD.
it's, it's pretty much like one big side quest because like both of us are ADHD mofos
Yes.
and just like to stay busy and do shit. But it works out for stuff like this.
Yeah, for sure, right?
She's feeding mine, I'm feeding hers. That's just how it works.
But together we're a functional unit.
Exactly.
So tell me about the first one leading up to, just the growth of it though.
Oh, so it was incredible. Like we didn't know what to expect. We're like, okay, we're kind of taking a chance here. We're not gonna like expect a whole lot out of it, but we're gonna push it as hard as we can. Like this is the trial, see how it goes, and like maybe do more. And everybody was really on board. Like it's like, yeah, we're the hosts and organizers or whatever, but the heart of it is like the community, the bands, the sponsors, the people that show up, and like just the response that we had from it was like so great. Even reaching out to bands and stuff, they're excited too. Be like, yeah, Winnipeg doesn't really have like a punk fest, so like need something like this. We're totally on board. So that first year, everybody, as much as we were taking a chance on the event, everybody in that first year took a chance on us.
Yeah.
And just the community really came together and made it happen.
That's excellent.
Even for the first time when we were doing all this, choosing the right venue, we chose Royal Albert because it just had so much punk history. The second year we chose Side Stage because it was more of a newer venue. This year we chose Side Stage again just because we just love the venue.
And a big thing too, like with choosing Side Stage last year and this year is we really want to make it accessible to everybody, like including like the young punks, right? So the all ages thing is like really important to us. We're like the album like all ages when accompanied by, that can kind of be a bit of a block.
Yeah.
So luckily with Side Stages, all ages across the board, so like that's really important to us.
Do you with the community in there, I'm not talking just the sponsors, I mean just even the people just attending to this, what do you see happening? Like you're obviously more in tune with that community than most people are, right? What do you see as a trend for younger people? Because I'm starting to see these youth bands starting to take it up with like the punk side of things.
Well, a lot of what I have personally noticed is like a lot of the people are listening to, like, obviously everyone has their own music taste, but a lot of these younger, newer generations, they need to get their frustration out somewhere, and they are coming to punk for that.
Yep.
And when you go and see all these younger generation, newer kids at punk shows, like who are not even 18 or just turned 18 or under 18 and just moshing and dancing to the music, it's just like it, I don't know if you know that meme with just like the dude from the movie is just like one tear eye. It's like that's sort of grown man's place to cry.
Yeah.
It's just that moment for us, just watching the newer generations. Like, yeah, man, these guys are gonna take over when we are 60. So
yeah, and it's really cool because like I don't know, like so when I grew up in a small mountain town in BC where like there was none of that. Like in my high school, there was like me and one other punk kid with a mohawk, and like we weren't even in the same friend group, right? So I think with festivals like this, with the accessibility of all ages, it allows that younger generation to like help find their like community and network and stuff, which is really important. And like not just that, but also like the resources to like find places to play and people to like connect with. Like there was like last year I had like two like younger punks come up to me. They were like, late teens or whatever. And they're like, hey, like if I was to play Winnipeg, if I want to play Winnipeg Punkfest, like how would I do that? I'm like, just talk to me. Like, let's talk. Let's get you on board, like.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's more so about, we can work with getting like huge, bigger bands, but we also want to give like newer, younger generation a chance to shine and give them a platform, to give them a stage. And if the whole community comes together to watch that younger, newer band and give that a boost, we can proudly say that they played at Punkfest.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
It's especially cool now. So like first year was all locals, right? The second year, I actually had some like out of town bands and touring bands like reach out to me, kind of in like the more underground DIY scene, and yeah, like brought them on board, and through that, some like the Winnipeg bands made connections with people in other places, and now they're like doing shows out that way and connecting with these people, which is really cool to see.
Mhm.
And then like same with this year, I think we got 4 touring bands on.
4 touring
Yeah, we got
bands.
4 touring bands. One from Australia, which is really cool.
Yeah.
We'll get into that a little after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Yeah, and it's a really good way for people that might not.
Oh, that's
Sorry,
fine.
I was doing something weird. Okay, it's just a really cool like point here for like people to be able to branch out.
It's awesome. I'm just kind of looking at a couple things here with the bands, with the sponsors. I think what we got to get to also, well, I mean, before we get to anything, I gotta throw a couple things across the screen here. Just quick shout outs. CDL Architectural Cladding, one of my yearly sponsors. Chase jumped on a few months ago. Sponsored the show for a year. This show is still going. We're on episode 150 something. Thank you, Chase, for keeping that going, and also my good buddy Sid at Musicians and Friends, always posting about local music stuff. Check out Musicians and Friends if you're not part of the community with Musicians and Friends. I mean, there's 6,000 people or something like that. So check out Musicians and Friends on Facebook for basically all your local needs. And of course, well, we'll get to the other sponsor that I have because he's also part of the Punkfest. But let's get to the dates quick here, just in case people are like, oh, when's Punkfest happening? Well, I'll tell you what, it's happening July 10th and 11th at Side Stage. All ages. You didn't mention the all ages thing, and it's super cool to have an all ages event. And we talked about that with the younger youth coming up, and there's a lot of good youth bands out there that are doing the punk stuff, and eventually punk this thing I could see going on for a long time. Eventually these young kids going to these shows, they could be the ones on the stage in a few years,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Run to the comments 1 second. Yeah, cool bringing in external bands to mix with locals. Brancho, baby, Terry Ferguson of Car 287. Terry, I'm wearing your hat, buddy. Terry just threw on a great little mini fest at Blue Dome Park over the weekend. It was fantastic. We got a ton of festivals happening this summer, but right now we're talking about Punkfest. Let's get to some of the bands. July 10th, doors at 7. The bands are at 8. We got Grizzly Adams, Burn After Listening, who recently just saw a couple times. Great band. A band named Chloe. I don't think there's any members with the name Chloe in that band though.
Yeah, I was surprised too. I was surprised.
Yeah, exactly. This isn't like the Haleys, where they're all Haley, but Toaster Bath, of course, great band. Hippo, so entertaining. Smacked Youth. This is a touring band.
Yes, they're the band from Australia.
Yeah, super cool. We'll get to the next day, July 11th. This is coming up very fast.
Yeah, telling me, man.
Oh my God.
Here over here, stressed out.
I'm just realizing that July is gonna fly by now.
I gotta find time to do my hair between now and then, and I don't know, guys. Yeah, I might just shave it all off at this point. Fuck it.
I'm thinking of going bald too. Have you seen my hair?
You might have to. Anyone watching right now, comment also, because we are going to be giving 2 tickets away to Punkfest. That's a pair of tickets. Someone is going to win 2 tickets to Punkfest. Yeah. So let's just keep those comments coming. July 11th, doors at 6, bands at 7. Let's get to it. The Strange Things. Paradise on Fire. Cool band. Lost Planet Airmen. Right on. Hog, The No-Goes, Ass Patch, and Well and Wasted.
Yeah, so the No-Goes and Ass Patch are from Saskatoon.
Okay.
Yeah, and Well and Wasted is from Welland, Ontario.
Cool.
Yeah, Well and Wasted, we played with them on our tour like a couple years ago, and like incredible band, incredible stage energy. Like, I 10 out of 10 recommend checking them out and like make sure that you catch them.
Yeah, that's I mean, you got a great lineup, and to no surprise, last year's lineup was stacked as well. So to see this, I mean, bringing in some touring bands too, it's a great thing for Winnipeg as well, because I mean, for me, I'm going there because, well, I'm gonna go there anyway, but I get to see some great bands that I've thoroughly enjoyed, but now I'm gonna get to see some other bands that I have not seen. So this is great for everyone going. If you haven't seen any of these bands, I mean, you're bringing in touring bands. That seems to be kind of a hot thing right now. You know, with there's some touring bands that I'm well aware of coming through here from Regina, Calgary, to be announced, and and the other day we announced a band coming from Vancouver, which Kayla, you thank you for helping me with that. Black Pontiac coming through. I mean, it's super cool to have these touring bands coming through and really getting an eye opening of maybe even how big they are.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot so that Winnipeg is like a hidden gem that a lot of people
Hmm.
skip over. They don't know how much the community wants music and how much the community wants to vent their frustrations out. You know, there is obviously a lot of stuff happening and then a lot of stuff not happening either. So this scene is like hidden. It's more so like it has become a niche when it comes to punk and stuff like that. I don't see a lot of touring punk bands come through.
It's
So
well, like Winnipeg, like touring logistic wise, Winnipeg is like smack dab in the middle,
yeah,
and like it's really hard. Like this, and this is also from personal experience, like touring and stuff. And I was actually just talking to like Morgan from Well and Wasted about it, and like Canada touring is hard because like in when you get to like Ontario and Quebec in the southern area, everything's clustered. And then there's big stretch in between of stuff. And then there's Winnipeg. And then the closest thing going west again is like Regina or Saskatoon.
hmm,
And like they're smaller cities. So it can be hard to land stuff there. And then after that, it's like a big stretch until you get to like Alberta, where there's like some stuff clustered. Like there's like such stretches in between. So like
Hmm.
logistically, it's really hard to plan a tour around that because sometimes you got to do like a good day and a half or 2 days of driving and like it's
yeah, that's true.
yeah, but it
Yeah.
is worth it. And anybody that like bands that I have like put on here, like the Defamed from Montreal and Shore Fox from Salt Spring Island, they were like amazed by the scene here. And like out of like their tours, they're like, yeah, we had the most fun in Winnipeg. Like it was like the community really came together and everybody was like super nice and supportive. And like touring bands that do show up here, people are excited about it. So they want to support those touring bands and they'll buy like so much merch because they're just like
Hmm.
so excited and want to support them.
Yeah. Yeah, and because you've been here before, you've done this touring thing, but this is really something that has come up with even some bands that have just been on here that I've called in from the West just to come on here, and touring is hard because you're right. It's, I mean, let's be real, between Alberta and Southern Ontario, there's not a lot of stops, right? I mean, it's a
Yeah.
lot of just downtime, right? So yeah, this is great to hear about these bands coming through. So tell me, like, local wise, I know it doesn't look like you have any repeats from last year.
No, so we kind of have a rule that like we want Winnipeg has a lot of really talented musicians and bands, right? So we want to give everybody the chance to play. So we make sure like no like 2 years in a row repeat. Lost Planet Airmen did play with us the first year, so we are like starting to bring back people that have played in that first year and like seeing
Sprinkle that
like,
game.
but not
Yeah,
like all at once. You can't have the same bill all the time. But of
Yeah.
course, these people that were like super supportive on like that year one and took the chance that we are going to like ask them if they want to play in upcoming years and
yeah.
whatever. But yeah.
Talk to me about the bands that you have, like specifically the local bands here. Talk to me about coming across these bands and why pick these bands.
So I
It's a hard question.
Yeah, so yeah.
that is it
She's
is a
the
hard
she's the
question.
whole band stuff.
So like leading up to it, when we like get the venue booked and then we're getting into looking at the bands, I go through and I kind of like just do my own research. Some of them are people that I know, like the local bands that we have are a nice mix of people that are like newer young bucks that have like only come up in the last couple of years, like Paradise on Fire and Burn After Listening, and a band named Chloe. Those three, like, they're pretty new, just over like the last like couple of years, and really just starting to like get their foot in the door and get out there. So I'm like, they got that young ambition. Let's go. They're like the next generation that's going to be taking over this. And then we've got some of like our solid like veterans of the scene that are like also very important as well. Like they've been like holding down the scene and doing their thing for years, and are like really well respected members of the community. So I wanted to have that mix of like the solid foundation that's been there for a long time, and also like the new rising ones that are like coming in. So I like to have that balance. And I also go through and try to like strategically pick different sounds, so like different subgenres, right? So like a band named Chloe is like more on like the ska punk side of things, and then like Hippo is a little bit more on the kind of like, they're kind of a mix of things. I don't know. Clusterfucks, yeah. They've got a little bit more of that, like almost kind of like heavier, like thrash sound, like added into what they do, So we want to get strategically all the subgenres as much as we possibly can to cover the base, bring it all into one room so that there's like something for everybody.
Absolutely. Yeah. It just I'm still looking at the lineup here. It's just fantastic. I mean, you can't be one of those people that go, well, I'll go this day, but not the next. Because I mean, you're missing a lot.
If you go on day two, you miss the bands on day one.
Yeah.
If you go on day one, you miss the bands on day two. So you gotta come both days.
Get the weekend passes.
Yeah, just get the weekend passes.
Exactly. So let's talk about the tickets then. As I mentioned earlier, the first comment in there is actually a ticket link. It should be the ticket link. Better damn well be the ticket link. Talking about the tickets, you got single days and you got weekend passes.
Yep.
Okay.
The community really came through. We put a bunch of weekend passes up. We were just gonna try some new things out, and then within like an hour or hour and a half.
Oh, the early bird passes.
The early bird passes with an hour and a half. I told Kayla, I'm like, Kayla, we put this much amount of tickets up and they're all sold out. Kayla is like, what? I'm like, yeah, yeah, they're all sold out.
Unreal.
She's like, do we add more? Jenna from Side Stage texted me, do we add more? I'm like, let me talk to Kayla. Kayla, do we add more? Yeah, we should probably add.
So we'll throw a few more in there.
And we did, and they were all sold out. The early birds sold out within like 2 hours of us announcing the early birds.
Holy moly.
Response. So
yeah,
big thanks to those of you that hopped on those early bird things. That gave us a little boost of confidence there.
Exactly.
It's crazy. Let's go to the sponsors. You got a ton of sponsors and all great people. I mean, one just commented about Taha's hair. Taha's hair is majestic like lion.
Thank you, Bill.
Also, Kayla's bass player. But you go to the sponsors here, Illustrant. Be fantastic. I reached out to Bill, got some stickers done myself, and they're phenomenal.
Like in our band, we got some stickers done from Bill. Chef's kiss.
Yeah, just fantastic.
I got some of my just like regular art designs done by him too, and like, yeah.
We even did our lanyards the first year from Bill, right? And Bill, he went above and beyond to do all of that for us. That was freaking awesome. Love you, Bill.
Yeah, so cool.
Bill is my homeboy. Slap at the best.
The sponsors, Studio 23.
Jody, the OG.
Someone I'm very connected with right now, and people will see it soon. Studio 23, Pegcity Soundoff, of course. Here we are, Pegcity Soundoff. Pegcity Pickups, Revolution Radio.
The OG Pegcity Pickups. Chris is amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing guitar pickups. Me and him work very closely. He endorsed me, and all of my guitars exclusively run his guitar pickups. And every year, since like he has trusted us so much, every year he makes a very Winnipeg Punkfest specific guitar pickup that we give away to one of the bands on the day of the show. So we usually do draws and give away something to the bands for playing with us too. So that's
wow.
Yeah.
That's also a big thanks from our side. On top of obviously paying the bands, on top of that, that's a big thanks from our side that hey, this is a gift from us that we can give you for like trusting us on putting this together, coming, helping us play, helping us grow and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
this is a tradition that will probably go on forever.
No, it's amazing. As we mentioned, Illu's Print, Trav A Media, which you can also see in the top right corner. One
Hey.
of my
Hey,
sponsors as
Trav.
well.
And Trav's also been a huge sport since day one. He's been supporting us too. We also do a giveaway for a band with him too. Like we usually do a draw, and then the band I
Yes.
guess
So
records.
yeah, so he'll do like a live video recording. Where he'll actually plug into the soundboard and get like a really good quality video for the bands. I think last year Chucking the Cheapskates won that draw. But something like that is like huge for a band that like, maybe doesn't necessarily have the funds to do promotional festival,
Yeah,
like promotional video or whatever.
Hmm.
Especially if you're getting into like touring and putting together an EPK and applying for festivals, having something like that in your pocket is like huge, huge,
that
you
hey,
know?
we played this festival in Winnipeg Punkfest, and we have like a professionally shot video. So that's one of our other things that we thank bands.
Yeah, for sure, right? That's great. And it
Has
goes
been,
so
has been an amazing sport with all of this. He's always down to support. Whenever I text him, he's like, "Yo, man."
yeah, he's fantastic. And there he is there. Glad I could help, he says.
Glad
Yeah,
we can help you out.
Trav's
Thank you, Trav. Love
always
you.
always up to no good. CKUW 95.9.
Alan, Night
Uh
Danger Radio.
Night
hell
Danger
yeah.
Radio.
Yeah.
He's also been our day one. He's been there
Yeah,
like all of our sponsors at this point have been like our first day supporters, and they have been through us, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna stay with us forever because
hopefully.
yeah, hopefully, ideally.
They're
I mean
amazing. All
it's
of
a
you guys
stacked lineup.
are, yeah.
Back Alley Beers
Back
podcast.
years.
Just I didn't get to make the last Back Alley Beers at the Pyramid, but I was at the one before. Super cool. Long McQuaid, of course. And then tell me about the last one. I'm just unfamiliar with this, and maybe shame on me. Squids Shoots.
Squid Shoots, yeah, our friend Sid. Like all of most of the punks within our genre or whatever will know her. She's the one behind the camera. She's at shows like almost every weekend doing photo shoots for bands and stuff. Does amazing work. Like my go-to photographer. Like when I'm booking a photographer, she's like number one.
Perfect. You know what? Now you say it, I
You will
have
see.
seen
You
her.
will see. You will see.
I have seen her around.
Yeah, exactly. You'll know her when you see her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just one of those people.
My green screen hates it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay, yeah, I've seen it absolutely. Lots of shows. Awesome. So that's the sponsor lineup for this. PBR does not sponsor it, however.
No.
PBR's on that horrible AI poster you made.
Oh yeah.
Those
yeah.
AI
God, eh?
posters, man.
Damn. Hey, if you check
Oh.
our name, we have a little throwback too.
What's that?
Yeah, there you go. We have a little
There it
throwback.
is.
We'll throwback. AI
awesome.
generated shit.
Yeah. Our name is
exactly,
AI
right?
generated. Winnipeg's AI generated, so
Yeah. Talk to me about this poster, because this is one of the best posters I've seen this year.
well, our artist
As controversial as it got there for like, come on.
Yeah.
I love it though.
So that's Majed from Absurd Apparitions, also in Taha's band, and then
yeah,
Bell's the drummer.
he's the drummer for Unveiled. His Instagram is Absurd Apparitions, and for the last 2 years, he's been doing art, and he just draws cynical stuff and amazing stuff. Yeah, you can see you can
He
you can
also
check his art. Yeah,
he takes on commissions and stuff like that too. He does like all the work for like Unveiled and stuff like that. Like absolutely incredible artist. I think I've actually got one of his pieces here too.
oh yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I was getting to the art behind you. Don't worry. Is that a lot of your stuff too, Kayla?
It's a mix. There's like a handful of mine, a handful of trades, and some like the graffiti ones there. I back in high school, I traded those at the smoke pit, graffiti for 5 cigarettes.
Hell yeah. That's awesome. Um, so yeah, anyone tuning in a little late here, this is the episode where we talk about Winnipeg Punk Fest. The third one, unbelievable. We talked about the lineup, we talked about the poster, we're talking about the sponsors, and we talked the history of Punkfest. Now, here's a question, and I really hate to put you both on the spot for this.
Okay.
But no band's feelings will be hurt when I mention this. Which band are you? Sorry, I'm trying to get back to my band one. Which band are you most excited to see play Punkfest this year? I am so sorry.
You had asked the one question that I regret answering, like that.
Yeah.
Not regret, that I dread answering,
Yeah.
because all the bands on the bill are just so amazing.
Okay.
There's no one good answer to that.
I will answer it. Like, of course, I'm equally excited to see every single band for all different reasons for each band. Whether they're just like good friends of mine that I love seeing on stage, or touring bands coming through, I'm excited to see for the first time. But my top two, I'm sorry, everybody else, don't take this personal. Smacked Youth, just because I'm a sucker for Australian punk. One of my absolute favorite. And then it's like a toss-up between like Well and Wasted and Ass Patch. Because Well and Wasted, we played with them on tour one time, and I'm just like really fucking stoked to see those guys again and see them hit the stage. Like, Morgan is just an insane frontman. Like, he will be wowed. And then Ass Patch, like Henry Savage from Savage Henry and the infamous One Pounders. I've been listening to them for like a long time. And then this is his other band. So like I'm excited to see him like up on stage doing his thing, because I've never had the opportunity to. So yeah. So those are my top three for those reasons. But like I said, every single band I'm very excited for different reasons. But
absolutely.
I'm gonna be Kanye. I'm gonna be Kanye West, and I'm gonna pull up the biggest regret I'll have is not seeing my own band on
Oh my
god! Because Grizzly Adams is one of my other newer bands that we just started and stuff like that. Yeah, and we play pop punk. I'm excited to play, but more so who I'm excited to see is, like I said, like all the bands on the bill is like a very stacked lineup. I'm excited to see everybody, but again, if we are picking top threes, I definitely have Well and Wasted, Smack Youth, and a band named Chloe.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
absolutely right. We didn't really touch much on it. I kind of want to backtrack a little bit. Talk to me about this Smacked Youth from Australia. How did this come about?
Okay.
Like, do they live here or do they live there?
No, they're from Australia. So they're booking their Canadian tour. Like they're doing like a festival hop through Canada. And they wanted to hit Winnipeg. So like, yeah, Taha reached out to me. He's like, hey, like sent me the screenshot of the email that Corey sent. Or yeah, the side state Corey
Thomas, Corey, Ninja Cat Productions, Corey.
They reached out to him about booking like either Park Theater or Side Stage, and then Corey was like, "Hey, like there's this going on. Let me redirect them to you." And like instantly, I was like, "Aussie punk, yes!"
Cool.
Yeah, so that's just kind of how it worked out.
Yeah, and they recently just played the NXNE, or they're gonna play the award show. The NXNE award show.
They did. I saw
in Canada.
I saw that post like when I was like hopping planes. So I
So this whole thing started because they were gonna play the NXNE award show in Canada, and they I think decided that they want to do a whole Canadian tour, Canadian run. So yeah, that's how it all started with them, and then they reached out to Corey from Ninja Cat. Corey reached out to me and then asked me that, hey, do you guys have any open spots? And I reached out to Kayla. I'm like, Kayla, do we have any open spots? And then it just worked out with them. And so, yeah.
See, like, even if we didn't, I would have made a spot for them.
Yeah.
I would have made
yeah.
Because those guys, they sound so, it's so mature and so amazing. They sound so good.
How cool is that, though? You know, like a band that you're, I'm just pulling them up here. You know, a band that you're genuinely a fan of, or that style of music you're a fan of, and it kind of falls in your lap in a sense, you know.
Yeah.
How cool is that, right?
Yeah,
That's
a band you're genuinely a fan of, and they reach out to you that, hey, can we
yeah.
play at your festival? I'm like, yes.
But
It's so
you
cool.
gotta like play it off so cool, like, oh yeah, sure, like we'll have it on our festival.
Yeah, yeah.
Really like,
We'll see. I love that. That's I love that for you. Um it's so cool. You're doing such good things, and like this is year 3, and as I mentioned half hour ago, whatever, that it's cool with the amount of festivals happening right now, right? Like we just had a mini festival at Blue Note Park that Terry from Car 287 put on, and it was 9 bands, super cool. It's a great time. Last year Summerfest, that was last July. And then this
oh, that
year
was a
it's
lot of
Summerfest
fun.
again,
I
and
thought
my
we had
goodness,
a good
like
time.
you're doing 2 days, and it's July 10th and 11th, and then the weekend after is Summerfest. And I love just the amount of music happening in Winnipeg right now. And but this Punkfest thing, and I'll say this a million times. Going last year, I didn't know what to expect, and I remember walking in, and I was like, "Oh my god, I can't move." And I was at the back. I was by the sound guy, kind of in that area the whole time, and then I shifted around a little bit, but it was absolutely packed in there, and so many people just smile on their face, making their rounds, talking to everyone between the bands, and it was just packed in there. But you could see just how excited everyone was to have this happening. So I gotta praise you guys for putting this on again. 2 days of great music and just great people, right? And really pulling a community together, and that's one thing that just it matters so much right now. It matters so much in local music is to bring people together, stop the divide, bring it together. That's
Yeah,
exactly what you're
exactly.
doing.
Yeah. I will say like there's a whole different like satisfaction when like it's like the first year, Taha and I were nervous. So our first it was a trial, and then at one point like we stood at the back of the room and I was like, dude, like look at that. Like, look what we helped make happen.
Yeah.
Everybody's having such a good time, just kind of forgetting about the world and their problems. Everybody's here, getting along, moshing out, enjoying bands, supporting each other. It's just such a good feeling. And then, like, again, like last year, we stood at the back and we had the same conversation. We're like, man, like, we've easily like tripled this over last year. And just the satisfaction of so many people just like smiling and having a good time. It's just like, it just fills your soul in like a different way. It's so rewarding.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Ryan Sorensen says, stoked to see Toaster Bath. Of course. Of
There you
course.
go.
I'm not gonna tell this story because it's gonna be horrible, and I'm gonna make so many mistakes with it. But I remember years ago when Osborne used to close down and they did their whole Canada Day thing. There was a punk band, a 3-piece band that played, and I remember walking by, and I lived on Stradbrook, and I remember walking by, and I was like, "Oh man, this is so good." And it really opened my eyes to kind of like punk rock in Winnipeg, and trying to look further into it. And I didn't really go that far because it was just whatever, right? But there's one of the members of Toaster Bath was in this band, and the singer from Death Cassette was in that band, and they had this song called Dick Pic, and it was so good. And I can't remember the band name, and it drives
It
me
was
nuts.
pretty. Wasn't that Pink Slips? Wasn't that the Pink Slips?
Was it Pink Slip?
Bill, you're on here. Answer. It was the Pink Slips. Thanks,
Well, there's
Jada.
there's Jada. Awesome, Jada. Hi, Jada. Jada is one of my favorite people in music in Winnipeg. Love it. Ticked Off is playing my event. They played yours last year. I
They
got
did.
them this year.
There you
I'm so
go.
excited
Would have
for
had
it.
them on. Would have had them on again, but I got the no 2 years and a no double up rule.
Yeah.
Not happening. That's awesome. We will give a pair of tickets away. Is there anything else you would like to go over before we wrap up? Anything I'm missing?
I
No,
think
I
that
think,
covers
yeah, pretty
pretty
much
well
everything.
everything.
Yeah.
I think, I just want to say like a huge thank you to like, you, Joel, for doing this and being a sponsor, and to all of our sponsors for, believing in us and supporting us and the community and what this does, and just all the bands and people that turn up and like make it happen.
Yeah.
Like when we maybe be like, organizing it, but it's every single one of you guys involved that is like the thriving heart of it all. So like, can't thank you all enough.
Exactly. It's like the 90% of the community that shows up is on our 90% of our promotion is just word of mouth and online posting. And
Mhm.
people show up. People actually
Yeah,
show up, and it's the community. Like we won't be able to do this without them.
Yeah, and even right down to people that are just excited to go, and then they're sharing like our post, being like, "Yeah, Punkfest, I'm so excited to go," and like
Yeah.
even just them showing up and like helping get the word out and stuff. It means so much.
Yeah, it's we got a good thing going on in Winnipeg, and you know, it's especially people like the two of you that are really pulling it together. I am just running the raffle right now for this ticket, this pair of tickets. We're just running it here.
We'll give one to Bill just because he liked my hair.
He's a sponsor anyway.
Just because you like your hair.
just because he said my hair looks like a lion. You know what? You know what? It's yours.
And there's definitely some names in here. And there is our winner. Unbelievable. Terry Ferguson. Where are you, Terry?
Terry!
Terry, are you still watching right now?
Congratulations, Terry.
Not sure if he's in still, but yeah, congratulations, Terry.
You basically get 2 tickets, one for yourself and one is a +1. So
Wow.
whoever you want to bring with you, there you go.
That's awesome. Terry, if you are no longer watching, I will I'll shoot you a message. And if you are watching, you heard that. If you're not, you didn't hear that. So anyway,
There you go.
awesome. Thank you two for coming on. Kayla, I know you've been here before. Taha, that was your first time. We'll get your band on sometime.
Oh yeah, we would love to come on.
That'd be great.
Yeah,
Let's do this.
Come on.
I got one more comment.
Yep.
Tickets are steadily trickling away. So get on your tickets sooner than later.
Yes.
Like I said, they are steadily moving. So get on it before they're sold out.
Absolutely.
And like from our trends, it's gonna sold out. It's about time where it starts to, you know.
Things are
Yeah.
it's gonna be picking up.
Yeah.
We already seen a pretty big spike in ticket sales just over the
Yes.
last like couple of weeks. So they're going. Get yourself a spot guaranteed. Get on them tickets so you don't miss out.
It's coming up fast.
And even if you
I'm
can't,
sorry, I gotta tell you.
and even if you can't get the weekend pass, get either a Friday or a Saturday pass.
Yeah, because the way
Absolutely.
that the tickets split it out, like sometimes it'll say that like weekend pass is sold out, but you can buy one for each day and it's like the same amount. It's just 2 separate tickets instead of one. That's just the way that we have to lay it out on the ticket site.
That's how you got to do it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for jumping on. Congratulations, Terry, winner of 2 tickets to Punkfest. If you didn't win and you want tickets to Punkfest, just scroll back in the comments. There's the link right there. You'll see a lot more coming in the next couple of weeks. There's gonna be a lot more talk of Punkfest coming up. Follow my page. You'll see some stuff. Follow the Punkfest page. You'll see everything. Awesome, you two. Thank you for coming on.
Here's a
Great
cat.
chatting.
Reviews.
Thank you for bringing the cat.
Bye.
See you later.
See you guys.
See ya. Bye.